So I haven't done a discussion related video in a long time, and I wanted to get my 2 cents on something that's been making murmurs around timeline. What the hell is Adult Swim doing going forward? Now normally nobody focuses on the state of the channel unless you're a hyper obsessed nerd who worries about the ratings about Toonami. So me. But more people have been thinking about it for a while. The corporate mouse overlords on their never-ending quest to own everything, you should be worried about this by the way, have bought 20th Century Fox, and long story short, they own Family Guy. Family Guy is like Cowboy Bebop in the sense that while they weren't made for Adult Swim, you associate with them. You'd almost be forgiven to think that these were made for the channel, but no, they weren't. So regardless of your feelings on Family Guy, the channel without it is going to feel a bit empty. Now, networks lose shows all the time. As a matter of fact, this is probably how it felt for old heads when Futurama got lost and was later picked up by Comedy Central in the old days, and when King the Hill got picked up by Comedy Central, and when BoJack Horseman got picked up by Comedy Central. Oh god, I'm noticing a trend. There's definitely been some scant tweets where I've seen Adult Swim was really close to having shows like The Simpsons and It's Always Sunny, and like, feel free to take that with a grain of salt, but my god, imagine that timeline. For real, getting back on topic, this is a rite of passage for networks. Rights expire and people have to move on, but Family Guy's got importance to the Adult Swim brand, so seeing it go is going to be a tough pill to swallow, especially since the Disney-owned networks like Freeform that are going to air it are, let's just say it, they don't fit the amount of insane shit that Family Guy pulls on a regular basis. They don't even like airing the 700 Club, you guys. So this is an end of an era for Adult Swim, and for Toonami nerds and rating snobs like me and me, people tend to notice that big shows of wide demographic appeal are often put before shows that are less popular and try to entice viewers to stick around. Family Guy reruns before Toonami, Rick and Morty reruns, don't forget reruns of Dragon Ball Z Kai and Super. It doesn't matter about the quality of these shows, people will tune in, and they know this. However, Adult Swim is losing multiple pillars even if people bemoan just how much authority Seth MacFarlane's creations have over the network. Some people are unrealistic and think that Adult Swim will just pivot into more anime. Not like making anime, they are doing that, but they just want it to be just like when they were kids, and I'm sorry, but that isn't happening. We have streaming services now. I'm not saying that streaming services negate Toonami's space on television, or television's place in general. It's still very important, but for the adults that the block is targeted towards now, it just fits so much. Also, like, half the time people that complain about shows that aren't airing on Toonami aren't watching anyway. The other half of the time people complain that shows they like aren't airing even though they're airing as they tweet about it. So why would they funnel more money into rerunning shows that people don't watch? Obviously people watch Toonami, but not enough to justify more rerun slots. We've had that chance when DBZ Kai and One Piece had rerun time slots at 8 PM. It didn't stick around for long. You gotta accept it. However, Adult Swim is in fact making more anime. A lot of stuff people are looking forward to. Thanks to the Crunchyroll hookup and their pals at Production IG, we have 3 titles: Fena, Pirate Princess, Blade Runner, Black Lotus, and Uzumaki. Also out of nowhere, a Shenmue anime. But yeah, we're getting original shows. Something I never would have dreamed of when Space Dandy premiered. But in the same sense that Toonami has a bunch of boomers wondering why Adult Swim is engaged their nostalgia and showing endless reruns of DBZ, Sailor Moon, and Gundam Wing, yet not tuning into reruns of Outlaw Star, Paranoia Agent, Adult Swim has boomers that bemoan the network for any of their new programs regardless of quality. Game Seto is weird, Ball Masters doesn't belong on Toonami, and Tuca and Birdie and Bird Girl are bad because women? Just shut your damn yaps! Now literally everyone is getting what they want. Metalocalypse movie, Smiling Friends is getting a show, Venture Brothers is coming back for a movie, Aqua Teen is getting a movie. So now you can stop with your stupid, cynical conspiracy theory saying that Bird Girl canceled Venture Brothers, because that's just as reductive as saying preschool shows canceled Infinity Train. You're allowed to dislike shows, you're allowed to dislike ratings decisions, You're allowed to dislike what companies do. Trust me, I am all for criticizing companies. But it's not your luck to refuse to not be an asshole and spread misinformation just because you're bitter, and to dunk on people who are just working on shows for companies. So with that, I think we'll be fine. Tuca and Birdie Season 2 itself has been kicking it, and with a huge advertising campaign and hilariously increasing Netflix viewership in Season 1, it's gonna be a great bargain chip for Adult Swim. When it inevitably makes its round to HBO Max, and Netflix CEOs are gonna be crying realizing what they let go. People keep saying TV has no place, but I still say it's a pretty damn important thing. Also, I have to say, I love Smiling Friends. I love Michael Cusack. Really a huge fan of it. However, Bird Girl isn't bad either. It's not like Birdman, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Maybe I'm just like cursed to forever stand shows that people don't like as much, and I'm only half joking about that idea because people are suspiciously harder on shows that are unashamed for being for women and or gay people, but that's not really something we're gonna unpack today. The Adult Swim / Fox era is definitely dying though, and for good. Check with a good article from Toonami Faithful that you should definitely read. Kim Manning, Adult Swim's VP of Programming, basically said that the block's likely never going to be getting future Fox shows. There's definitely other streaming shows I would have loved to see on Adult Swim, like Harley Quinn for instance. And hey, maybe BoJack would have fit better here than on Comedy Central. I know we have Tuca and Birdie of course, but a lot of the weird broadcast stuff of BoJack is either because of time constraints or Comedy Central being Comedy Central. They just do not care as much about these shows as Adult Swim does. You had custom bumpers for King of the Hill, and that just added to the vibe so much. TBS and Adult Swim, however, have a better relationship. So even after Family Guy and Bob's Burgers go to Freeform and or FX, American Dad will remain, and Final Space will remain as well, in addition to Rick and Morty and Tuca and Birdie being on TBS too. Final Space and Primal are two shows I would have loved to see on Toonami as well, but for different reasons I assume those never planned out. A lot of people remember that TBS was trying its hand on adult animation before, but that kind of fell apart due to reasons. We barely got close enough out of it years after the fact, but it actually was pretty good, and we're actually getting Season 2 on HBO Max. I think it'd be pretty natural to air it on one or both these networks, on all honesty. I really do think there needs to be some form of streaming synergy with HBO Max and Adult Swim. Sure, there's some classics that can't be seen there, and some new shows, but god, some of those shows deserve to be seen on TV. The Boondocks Reboot is coming eventually, and that's an obvious stand-in, but think about the other possibilities. A former MTV show, Clone High, airing on Adult Swim would be completely hilarious. The fact that HBO Max and Adult Swim's animation departments are now one makes it sound a bit more likely than you think. But just because these shows are being worked on in the same spot doesn't mean we're going to be seeing them on TV. Hell, Primal has a Cartoon Network Studios logo at the end of it. That doesn't mean you're going to be seeing it after Teen Titans Go. In conclusion, I don't think we have much to worry about. But it is okay to lament the end of an era. Really, it is. I'm still not gonna forget seeing King of the Hill reruns on Adult Swim. It really did treat the show with so much more love. However, we live in 2021, for better or for worse. It's definitely possible for people to still watch these shows in some form. While it's not a replacement for watching on TV, pre-curated with bumps and events, at least it'll still be available. And I won't really judge you for however you choose to find these shows. Don't ask, don't tell. Streaming services are unfair, especially if you're outside Burger Town, USA. The sun may rise in a world where we never really see a Conway Twitty joke right before seeing Demon Slayer or Fire Force. So if you really care to see history in the making, give Adult Swim some watch time while you still can. Say what you will about Seth's shows, but with the amount of people he's made watch hours of his episodes over 2 decades, you truly could call him a family guy. Like, comment, and subscribe. We got it.
Americans will heed history's lessons. Throughout history, surprise has had a leading role in military disasters. Today, an enemy capable of surprise air attack could leave chaos in his wake. Surprise air attack, chaos could leave air attack, could leave